Hey, Colton, good morning. This has been an issue here in Phoenix for some years now, and Valley agencies, they actually receive funding from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, specialized task force to slow down these street racing events, and they provided us with the latest details on their efforts this morning. From January to March this year, Phoenix officers had made contact with more than 700 suspected street racers. During that time, they made 136 citations, impounded 59 cars, and arrested 7 people. Governor's Office of Highway Safety Director J.C. Torres is urging those drivers to put the brakes on racing.
Well, it's the collateral damage that we look at, not only the drivers or passengers in those two vehicles, but oftentimes with speed, they're not professionally trained. So when they lose control of those vehicles or have a mechanical malfunction, you're going to end up at a high rate of speed, and that weight combined, the physics behind that are going to cause extreme damage.
Unfortunately, these are actions that we see time and time again that are completely avoidable. And this week, there is a vigil from this past weekend's victim, along with fundraising information on our AZ Family News app. For now, I'm reporting in Phoenix, David Caltabiano for Arizona's Family.